I think it was my brother who convinced Dad to lay out, you know, £8 for my first guitar, and it was my brother who really supported me, David. Yeah.
I've always felt that in some ways I was there to be his guardian, to be his mentor, and to support him. And he said, "Oh, David, I've written these songs, can I play them to you?" And I was astonished. I said, "My God." I said, "You're going to be a pop star." And then I thought, well, what about going to a place where all the people from the music business would gather, you know? So we found a restaurant right near Denmark Street. And I decided, well, how am I going to get their attention? So I decided to stand on a table. And I shouted out, "I have a very talented brother. He's a genius here. I need help." So that's how we got our first introduction to EMI.
I'm gonna get me a gun. I'm gonna get me a gun. And those people will put me down.
The name Cat, I think, originated with his girlfriend who thought he had cat eyes. He thought the name was strong because it had a sort of zing to it. It was kind of hip.
So you went from being a waiter in your dad's cafe to being a teenage pop star. And weren't you on tour with Engelbert Humperdinck and Jimi Hendrix?
That was a mad, crazy tour. I was learning a few tricks from Jimi Hendrix as well, concoctions which he had been involved in, and same with Engelbert Humperdinck. You know, we got involved and we got carried away, obviously.
When you say concoctions, you mean alcohol, drugs, the rest of it? What everyone else was?
A bit of everything sort of thing, yeah. I indulged as much as I could. There was sort of delving into substances, opening the mind to new possibilities and thoughts and galaxies.
In tune with the upheavals of the time, the young Cat Stevens felt he wanted to take his songwriting in new directions.
It started with Matthews, and people said, yes, you know, they wrote and they said, yes, so you've made me take another look at myself, and now I can understand myself a bit more. The moment I knew that, then I sort of kept it in my mind, and it helps me now. I do try and philosophize, I suppose, a bit in my songs. I'm not very good. I say nothing of importance, really, but it's all fun, isn't it?
The pop machine did begin to take its toll, didn't it? And the 60s ended very, very abruptly for you.
Yes. You had to come up with another hit record, you know, as good as the last one. And then the managers came in, the agents came in, they were all taking a piece. And that drove me down. And then I was working in, you know, like 3 shows a night and overdoing everything. Resulted in me contracting tuberculosis. I was close to death. That's what I felt.
I built my house from barley rice, green pepper walls and water ice.
In this kind of space, this vacuum hospital, I was surrounded by, you know, really nothing but trees and doctors and my books and my guitar and a mirror. One of the things I did is I covered the mirror to start getting away from the external and start digging deep within myself.
A simple garden with acres of sky.
I was brought up as a Christian. You know, beyond Christianity, I started to study different religions and Buddhism and Tao, you know, Hinduism, Zen, even numerology and astrology. I mean, I was looking everywhere.
With everything emptying into wine.
And in that hospital, I think I developed some insights, which then later fed into my music, into my journey.
It's quite clear that you were going through that journey of inquiry at that time, weren't you, in the songs? It's all there.
Yeah, my songs are, you know, are a kind of narrative to my life. And if you look at them, listen to them, you'll hear all the explanations of where I was and where I was going.
After more than a year away, Cat Stevens came back with a new look, a new sound, and songs that perfectly caught the mood at the dawn of the 1970s.
Well, I left my happy home to see what I could find out. I left my folk and friends with the aim to clear my mind out.
There was a great feeling of, I think, failure, you know, of the 60s. But a whole new mob were assembling, looking for articulation of this confusion. All that period for me was best exemplified by Cat Stevens. You know, he was there searching away for something.
Well, I hit the rowdy road, and many kinds I met there. Many stories told me of the way to get there.
I really did believe that people were looking for something more than you could find in a pipe or a pill, you know, and I really think that the songs of Cat Stevens at that time, you know, were really there. I thought they really spoke to another place inside the soul.
A changed man, Cat Stevens released what turned out to be one of the defining albums of the early 70s, Tea for the Tillerman.
Tea for the Tillerman is a very concise, properly formed record. There's one coherent thought. Imagine a painter hanging his 12 pictures in a gallery and saying, that's my show for this year. That's what he did with that, and it was a very good show.
Through descending snow and through the frost and thunder,
It's not meant to be cool now, I think, to have liked Cat Stevens. But the reality is that absolutely everyone had that album.
well, I listen to the wind come howl, telling me I have to hurry. I listen to the robin song, saying not to worry.
I felt this spiritual searching in his early work. I really felt like that he was a good soul, a good heart, and that he was a bit lost, but that he was more found than he realized.
Yes, the answer lies within, so why not take a look now? Kick out the devil's sin and pick up a good book now.
It says on The Road to Find Out, kick out the devil.